We should skip 69?
Yep, just go on to 70.
That's what I do.
That was awful.
Oh.
So I guess we're just starting over.
Yeah, but that's going somewhere.
Hi, my name is Sean Velasco from Yacht Club Games, creator of Shovel Knight, and welcome to the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
This is the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
Welcome into episode 68 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Osborne, and today I am joined by the Nintendo Ninja, Luke.
Hey, everyone.
And the Destiny Demigod, Miles.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Now, Miles, you were up all night and you did a raid this morning, right?
I did 2 raids this morning and a bunch of nightfalls.
And is that what you do every Tuesday when it resets, or?
That is what my clan likes to do, so that is what I end up doing.
Okay. So just so everybody knows, that is what Miles does before the podcast every day. He does that in the morning, and then he goes to sleep and wakes up just to speak into your ears.
Yeah, just for you lovely people.
That is dedication.
Yeah, I guess that's one thing to call it.
Okay, so the big thing this week. The very, very, very big thing. We are finally holding another giveaway.
What's happening?
What was that noise, Miles?
That was me doing a gasp and then needing to kind of like clear my throat afterward.
Okay. All right, so this giveaway, there's no special name to it or anything like that. It's just the first big giveaway of 2015. Winners will get the choice of any game they want. I assume that you would want a new game, something that's either just came out within the last month or is coming out in the next month and a half or so. So we highlight that by saying, you could get Dying Light, you could get Evolve, you could get The Order 1886, you could get Bloodborne, and any other new game you want. If you win,
Does it have to be a new game?
No.
It doesn't have to be a new game. It probably shouldn't be like one of the super special editions of a game. Just saying.
No, it can only be
$60
standard.
limit.
Yeah, it's standard
definition. Okay.
Plus tax.
Plus tax, yeah.
So if I want, I can get Cooking Mama Bon Appetit.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
That's
okay.
Or if you don't want a new game, you could get a year subscription to PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live or any of those services.
I will laugh so hard if someone gets like NFL 2K1 or something. It's like $1.
Well, then we could give out 60 of them.
Yeah, it's a package of 60 of those games. That's great.
And to answer another question we received earlier today, yes, PC games are eligible too. It's not just PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. If you want any new game or any game released recently, we will get it for whatever console as long as it's $60 and under. So that's what you can win. That's the spoils, as pirates say. Because I think they say that, right?
They say booty, don't they?
Well, they do, yeah.
That's your booty.
That's your booty. So, okay, the giveaway. It will be going all the way up until February 9th. So if you want to enter, you can enter in any time before then. You must enter by midnight, February 9th, which is a Sunday night, Monday morning. That's the day before Evolve comes out, which is the next big game, which is why I set it that far in advance. That way, we'll have our winner that day. And if somebody wants Evolve that next day, we can have it to them for release day. That is the reason I did that. That's the reason I decided to do it. And it gives a 2-week span, long enough time for everybody to enter and get as many entries in as they want. Just like normal, we have several ways to enter the giveaway.
What are they, Courtney?
We have 10 ways this time. Do you guys want to rotate?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. The first way you can enter is to like MONG on Facebook.
You can follow MONG on Twitter.
You can tweet about the giveaway, which is 1 entry.
And that also is a daily one. So if you tweet about it, you can tweet about it every single day. You can go back and get another entry into it. Then the next one is you can recommend a friend to follow us on Twitter, which is also a daily way to enter. So you can get, if you start now, I believe there are 12 days left, you could get 12 entries each per one of those added on to your total entries And all of those that we just said were all for 1 entry apiece. And then the next one, Lou.
You could follow us on Instagram, of course, if you want to see all of our pictures, which are great. We have great pictures.
Yes. And that's for 2 entries into the giveaway.
You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is 5 entries.
And you can write a written review for our podcast on iTunes, which is also 5 entries.
Oh, this one's me.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I want to say that if you've already done these things, then you're in the gold already. You just have to say that you've done them. Give us your handle, username, whatever you use, for instance, Twitter or YouTube username, and you'll still get credit for it.
Yep.
Because we still love you.
Yep. You can pledge $2 as a Mong patron.
And that is at least $2. You know, that's if you want to get those 5 entries and you just want to do the minimum amount, just pledge the 2. And you only have to do it for that month. If you want to pull it into the following month, that's perfectly fine. And then you could. Oh wait,
5 entries, by the way.
Oh, did I say 5 entries or 2 entries?
No.
Oh.
No one said how many entries.
Oh, okay, I got you. Go ahead.
Oh, and also, this is mine. Record a bumper for the News from Nowhere podcast segment, which is 5 entries.
We'll point out where that is when we get there.
Yeah, and that's if you've been listening to the podcast recently, we've been saying stuff about it almost every week for the last month or so. How we want somebody to do it, and like in the Legend of Korra voice, where the recap guy's voice at the beginning and stuff like that. However, you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. If you want to be creative and you want to do it your own way, and you want to do a really crazy voice with some background music or something, you're more than welcome to. There are directions on the giveaway on the minimum requirements or what you can do. So check that out if you want to do that.
No, man. People have to conform to the system. Screw individualism. Yeah, individuality.
And the other thing about this one is that if we do get multiple people doing this, recording a bumper for us to enter in the giveaway, we will choose our favorite from that, and we will use it from now on in the podcast.
Now and forever.
Now and
you will be immortalized in the Mong podcast.
Yes. And then the final way to enter is that you can write a fake dating profile for Mongman, who is our mascot. It's the little gaming head thing on everything we do.
What should this include?
Well, hold on, I got to pull up the actual giveaway again. We're looking at our outline and not the actual giveaway. Okay, the fake dating profile. It is in order to celebrate Valentine's Day, which is why we're doing it. It's not because any of us need a date. No, stop thinking of that. Okay, so anyways, be creative. Write a serious or funny fake dating profile for the Mongman logo. Include things like, what does he like to do in his free time? What's his job? Does he read? Does he like to drink? Does he have goals in life? What kind of person is he looking for? And you can send any dating profiles you come up with to contact.mong@gmail.com. And this is another one of those things where we're going to go through them, and if there are some really good, funny ones, we will read them off on the podcast just for the hell of it. Because by the time this podcast goes up, it'll be on the 10th or 11th of February, which is just a few days before Valentine's Day. So it'll be perfect timing for that.
We're looking to find him some love.
Yeah. The Mong man needs some loving from the Mong woman or something.
This is getting awkward.
It is.
Okie dokie. Anyway, so is there anything worth mentioning, guys? Anything you guys done? Anything cool?
Yeah. Well, as we know, the 10% off weekend happened. I want to know if anyone got anything.
Oh,
nope.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
You did? What'd you get?
Hold that thought.
I'll tell you what I got. I got stuff.
Go ahead.
I got suckered into it. I was like, there is no way they're going to trick me into this. And then they tricked me into it. And I got Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition so I could finally play out the game to which I interviewed someone for. Then I got that Swan game, Unfinished Swan.
Mm-hmm.
That one, yes.
That Swan game.
That Swan game, I heard it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I got Costume Quest 2.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I got all this for like $8. It was awesome.
Okay, I got mine now. I got Unfinished Swan. I got the Costume Quest 2. I got #Kill All Zombies. I got Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition. I got Wind Vikings Attack, Shadow Warrior, and Strike Suit Zero Director's Cut. And that was all games that were in the sale, the flash sale, with the 10% discount code on it. And I got them all for $26.60.
That's
Combo.
crazy.
7 fucking games.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing these games for a while, I think.
There are too many games coming out. I can't.
So many games.
Yeah, I can't.
I
Not
have a
now.
backlog, so I couldn't justify it.
I need a bigger backlog.
Right. Oh, and I just wanted to announce to the listening public, I got hit by the amiibo bug.
No.
I canceled everything originally, if you remember.
Yes.
Canceled all my amiibos. I thought better of myself, and I was not going to do this. I was going to get one. And then GameStop happened to do that thing where they said, we're going to sell Pit, and we're going to open that up because Pit was super rare, and now it just totally screwed over scalpers. Now I have 2 of them, and I want all of them.
Wait,
And
what?
I went out that one day, and I bought over $100 worth.
Good God, Lou.
So when you said you had 2 of them, you meant you had 2 amiibo, not 2 amiibo Pit?
No, I just had 2 amiibo. I had
Okay.
my
Okay.
Samus.
The way you worded
lovingly
it sounded
named
like
Sammy.
2 of Pit.
I was
Oh,
confused
and-
for a moment, yeah.
And this crazed nature came out of me getting Majora's Mask, the 3DS XL version.
Mhm.
I now have my pre-order in for that.
Nice.
So I'm all Nintendo'd up with hardware, and they have to stop doing this.
They'll
'Cause
never,
they
they're
tricked-
never going to
I-
stop.
No, I know they tricked me, and they did it fair, and yeah.
They know you. They know they have you hooked, and so they're not going to stop. They're
I
going to
know.
keep draining your bank account, man. You might as well just give them your bank account number, and just have them ship everything that comes out.
That's honestly probably the easier method. And now I'm the idiot who goes into Toys R Us and asks the poor people behind the counter if they have an amiibo for this grown man.
Okay, please
Well-
don't say that you got the Wii Fit trainer.
I have not, only because I haven't found it. But
Oh,
I will get it.
Ah,
It will be mine.
who wants that?
I actually have a friend at the law school who has 2 of all of them.
Oh wow.
why?
Easy.
Oh, does-
Because
you
one
know,
out of the box
package.
and one in the
Yeah.
box.
Oh yeah, collector.
Yeah. Oh, and I want to give a special shout out to Audrey from the team because she did a lovely thing and helped. While I was at work with my internship, she ran out to GameStop along and stood in line with like 5 other people there to pre-order that Majora's Mask 3DS XL.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Way to go, Audrey.
Good job.
Now, okay, so if you have an amiibo, I bought one for my niece, but I didn't try this. If you have one, can you keep it in the case and like get it
No.
as close to as possible to the Wii U?
They put an aluminum thing on the bottom so you can't do it.
Oh, dicks!
I know they do it purposely just to get that money from the collectors
Oh,
who will go out and buy the 2.
damn.
Yeah, that's kind of smart of them, at least.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Before moving on, I wanted to mention that I am now, like Miles has been for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and completely obsessed with Freedom Wars. Oh my god, that game is so good.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful.
It is so good. And I knew it was going to be, and I knew that when I played it back in October and November that it was going to be awesome, and I couldn't wait to play it. I just didn't have time with everything else. Like, November was a crazy-ass month. But I finally had the time to play it this past weekend, and I put in probably 35 hours over 3 days or so. It was ridiculous. Like, I have just been having so much fun playing it online with a buddy, and then we would do all the missions, and we'd hop off, and then we would advance a story, and then we would get back into a party, and then we would do all the missions, and we'd hop off, and then we'd advance the story. And we got up to we beat the Code 5 exam, and so we're on Code 5. And instead of advancing that, we started to farm materials to upgrade all of our weapons. And God, we spent all day Sunday just fucking farming materials and upgrading weapons and redoing missions. And it's so addicting.
Nice.
Ah, you've got to give it a shot, Lou.
Oh, I will. I have it. Right now, I'm stuck on Far Cry,
Yeah.
which I've finally gotten into. I didn't like it at first. and I've penetrated that thick outer shell, and now I've just realized that all it is a laundry list of awesome things to do.
It's a huge, just open sandbox with a list of awesome things to do.
And I wasn't sure how I liked the game. I finally decided I love it after I'm on my helicopter, my Mosquito, shooting with a one-armed grenade launcher at elephants.
Yep.
So that's what won me over. That, and I'm also finally getting into The Walking Dead Season 2, and that is really good.
Yeah, it is.
I forgot how good that is. That's a good video game.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Oh,
now,
by the way, give me a heads up when you get to the Code 7 exam.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I totally will. I'm going to be playing Dying Light for review this week, so I probably won't be able to play much Freedom Wars until after I finish that up. But I will definitely give you a heads up on that.
Good.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, this is where the segue would go. What are we going into, Miles?
News from nowhere.
Yes, that's the one. So, anyways, we have 8 stories on our list. 8 of them. And Lou is going to start.
Crazy 8. Tuco. Anyway, starting off with number 1. After a series of subtle teases over the last few months, Scott Cawthorn has finally released a trailer for the highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's 3. It takes place 30 years after Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed its doors. The events that took place there have become nothing more than a rumor and a childhood memory. But the owners of Fazbear's Fright the Horror attraction are determined to revive the legend and make the experience as authentic as possible for patrons, going to great lengths to find anything that might have survived decades of neglect and ruin. At first, there are only empty shells, a hand, a hook, an old paper plate doll, but then a remarkable discovery was made. The attraction now has one animatronic. A release date is yet to be announced, but you can currently buy the previous 2 installments on PC, Android, and iOS devices. And this is great news.
I'm intrigued by the series because I've never played it, and I've seen several Let's Play videos on it. And it looks... I mean, there's not a whole lot to the mechanics or anything like that, so it's not one of those like really, really, really deep games. But it looks so weird that I kind of want to try it.
Do it.
I really like the lore.
You like
the lore for it is
the lore is really
awesome.
good.
How much are the games?
It's scary good.
I'm not sure. I could go check for you.
Was that a pun, Miles?
What do you mean?
It's scary good.
It wasn't.
It
wasn't meant to be. I don't think the games are that much.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're that much, and they must go on sale a lot. They are Steam games.
Yeah. I know, like, the Steam sale had it for, like, a few bucks, I think, one day.
Let's see. It's like $8 for Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I don't know about Five Nights at Freddy's 1. But I think I did mention the lore of the game on here, right?
Yeah, you did. You guys
both. Yeah, it's really good. I would go into it. I think that it's a very unique way of handling a horror game, and really plays that mechanic very well. So go for it. And do a Let's Play. I would like to watch you freak out.
I can definitely look into doing that. That sounds awesome.
I'm sure you've seen the one with Troy Baker, right?
Yes, I have.
I did not. I'm going to go look that up.
Scream like a little girl.
Yep.
So, moving on. Miles.
Moving on.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. So, story number 2. The 9 games that are going to be the Evolution Championship 2015, EVO, were revealed during a live stream with Mike Ross and Mr. Wizard. Interesting names.
Yeah, okay.
The 9 games in this year's EVO will include Ultra Street Fighter 4, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Killer Instinct, as well as the new coming game, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, Mortal Kombat X, Persona 4 Ultimax, or Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Guilty Gear Exard Sign, and the arcade version of Tekken 7, which will be provided to players or to fighters prior to the event. So there you go.
I can't say that I'm excited for this because I'm not a fighting game fan. So
not Super Smash Bros.
No, okay.
What?
I am a fighting game fan, and just that Super Smash Bros. Is fun to play and kick my family's ass or something, But all the rest of those games, they don't appeal to me. I'm not a Street Fighter fan. I'm not a Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm not Killer Instinct, Tekken, Guilty Gear, Persona. Arena, like any of that stuff, Mortal Kombat. None of those appeal to me whatsoever. I don't know. Super Smash Bros. Obviously does for a variety of reasons, but and I don't watch competitive fighting games either. Like I don't tune into Evo or anything like that.
Right.
It's so amazing.
I would actually recommend going in and just trying to watch Killer Instinct specifically. I think Killer Instinct that's a very technical game, and when you watch it, it's not hard to figure out what's happening. I remember watching it and just going, "This is crazy. These people are experts," and I could see why this is fun for people to watch.
Yeah,
the rest of them,
definitely.
it gets lost on me. Even Super Smash Bros. That's not the best for me to watch, but Killer Instinct was fascinating.
I can give you like a summary. Ultra Street Fighter is a lot of squatting and like poking each other, and then something amazing might happen, but it might not. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom is a lot of combos, so you're going to see Zero just sitting on one side of the screen hitting a character until they die. So that's like, it's fun when there's an upset, but normally it's just kind of like, okay, that's happening. Super Smash Bros. Is a lot of putting up the shield and rolling, so I'm sure you've seen that happen a lot. So, same thing. They're going to be doing that a lot. Killer Instinct is actually interesting to watch, and the music and the combos are always fun and great. And the other ones are new, so I don't know what they're going to be like.
See, now, to see if you guys can understand where I'm coming from, like, I'm also not a fan of MMA or any kind of kickboxing or boxing or wrestling or anything of that nature. Like, fighting in general just doesn't appeal to me. So, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I've just never been able to get into that game or those kind of games either. So.
Maybe Evo isn't for you then. I don't know.
That's what I said to begin with.
Well, I was agreeing with you.
I don't know. I'm not a wrestling guy. I'm not a fighting sport guy.
Fighting sport.
I don't know what you'd call them. But I don't know. There's something about Killer Instinct. It's a lot more, I think, planning because they got the combos and the counter combos, combo breakers, et cetera, and it all plays out on screen, and it's a mix of a lot of components that I think play well to audiences.
Yeah.
But if you're not the audience, then you're not the audience. So
exactly. It's like, I know there is an audience. Like, that's perfectly fine. It's just one of those things that I'm not into. Like, I can't, and honestly, if I'm going to go deeper into it, I can't really watch any game played. Like, I'm not a fan of watching other people play games most of the time.
You don't like watching Let's Plays?
No, it's never been my thing. I've never been able to get into doing it. I will watch them for walkthroughs, stuff like that, and that's about as far as it can go. Like, I don't have a favorite Let's Play guy. I don't have a favorite live streaming guy, anything like that. And so it's never been my thing. I feel like when I'm watching them, I could be playing that game instead or something, along that.
You wouldn't watch Greg Miller play a game?
I have tuned in for about 5 seconds to see that he had headphone issues and that the chat was going absolutely wild and I couldn't keep up and it was just annoying. I was like, okay, well, that was fun.
I've watched that man play Monopoly, so I can watch him play a video game.
Did you watch all 4 hours of that?
No, I did not. That was Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So no. But it was, I think that I could watch certain personalities if I'm a fan of them.
Yeah.
I love Achievement Hunters. I'll go ahead and say that.
Achievement Hunters, where's that from?
They work under Rooster Teeth.
Rooster Teeth, okay.
Yeah, they do a lot of GTA 5. Yeah, that's the current one. 5 Let's Plays, so it's all hilarious.
All right, so moving on to the next one.
Moving on.
3 on the list. Don't Nod Entertainment and Focus Home Interactive have revealed a brand new RPG called Vampire. It will take place shortly after the First World War. Players will be in the role of a doctor who returns home during the Spanish flu pandemic. One day he is bitten by one of his patients and he predictably turns into a vampire. The Y in Vampire, the title of the game, is reportedly related to the choices the characters will face in the game. Either save the life of patients or kill them and feed. The tagline is, quotes, "Take blood, save a life," which is very fitting. Little else is known about Vampire at this time. There are currently no announced platforms or a release date for the upcoming Vampire action RPG. Don't Nod Entertainment is also known for the 2013 action game called Remember Me and their upcoming episodic thriller, Life is Strange, which releases later this week, the first episode. So look forward to that. I don't know about you guys, but I am like super excited for this one. Vampire or however we're going to pronounce it.
It's definitely an interesting premise. I don't know that I'll play it, but I'll probably watch a Let's Play or something because it sounds, it's something new, I guess.
Yeah, and that's I played and reviewed Remember Me, 2013's title from them, and its gameplay was just not fun. It was repetitive. It was clunky, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But just like what you said about Vampire, like the premise to Remember Me was awesome. Like the whole story there was really, really cool. And so if they can do something like that with Vampire, with the Spanish flu and the First World War and all that, and they could tie that into this Vampire game and improve on their gameplay aspects, like from Remember Me, then this game should be pretty good. Like, obviously we have no idea and we're a long ways out, but God, I have high hopes for it. I would love to have a really good Vampire game.
Right. I really want to see what it looks like when it's getting closer. The big issue that I have is they don't really address any other moral choice besides killing someone to feed or saving them because you're a doctor.
Yeah.
And I think that there are a lot of deep moral choices that a doctor vampire could have just besides that.
Oh, yeah. And they probably will reveal them later on.
Right. Like maybe sneaking out blood from the hospital or from the war camps so that you can feed versus, crushing.
Well, I'm not so sure they kept blood packaged right around World War I. I'm not. When did that technology come in?
That's a good idea.
It could be an alternate history game.
That's true.
They have that.
That's true.
Who knows?
It is vampires. I'm not sure if vampires existed during World War I.
No, they were there. They were all over the place, man.
Were they?
you couldn't throw a stick and miss one.
Have you not?
Courtney is the history major.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you not seen like Vampire Diaries or True Blood? Come on now. They've been around forever.
Was Transylvania part of the Alliance countries or?
Let's not get into that.
They were clearly on our side because we won, and they're vampires.
So, all right. Before we get even more sidetracked here. Next on the list, number 4, Creative Assembly's claustrophobic first-person horror game, Alien Isolation, has sold over 1 million copies in 3 months. The partnership between Sega and Creative Assembly succeeded in frightening players like it was 1979 all over again. The sales numbers, which represent copies sold directly to gamers and not to retailers, are seen as a victory for the Alien brand after the negative critical response to Alien's Colonial Marines. Surprisingly, Alien's Colonial Marines sold just as well as Alien Isolation. Oh, God. Okay. So, Michael Doyle, VP of Consumer Products for 20th Century Fox, states that Alien Isolation represents a paradigm shift in what is possible in the licensed game arena. Doyle and 20th Century Fox helped license the game. Supporters of Alien Isolation will be pleased to hear that the idea of a sequel is discussed consistently at Creative Assembly. Blah. I'm stumbling over my words now. And DLC is still being released for the original game. I'm really glad to hear this. I played Alien Isolation. We got a last minute review copy for it, and so I ended up reviewing it. And this game I watched the first movie right before playing it, because it takes place right after the first movie.
Right.
And so like it was so eerie watching this movie and being on the edge of my seat for since I haven't seen it in like 10 years, and then going into the game and feeling that same feeling. Like it was the same music, the same atmosphere, the same sounds, all the little like 80s, 70s and 80s stuff. The computers look just like in the movie. Like it was so crazy. This game was awesome, so atmospheric. And I'm really, really glad to hear that it sold well and that they're considering a sequel, because they will learn from what they've done. And while many people, this game has a very divided fan base. It's either people hate it or they love it. There's really no in between. And so I'm hoping that they take the things that the people hated about it and they improve on them. Like, I had some major complaints about, like, the alien AI and stuff like that, and it just, there are some things that just were so annoying about the game that if Creative Assembly can fix those things and make a sequel, like, this could become one of those really good franchises, like horror franchises going forward.
Now, I think a change that they should actually add to the game that would make it would just, like, up the fear factor a lot and, like, really improve the general atmosphere of the game, in my opinion, is they should add in the allied vampires, because that would be an amazing improvement.
Oh, no.
All right, so moving on.
Oh, well, okay, fine.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I was just going to say, in all seriousness, it is nice to see a, like, not established, but, what do they call an IP that's based off of something that's already been made, like movie license. Thank you. It's nice to see a licensed IP actually like succeeding. I know the last one that did was like, I guess technically the last one that did, because it was the last in the scene, was the Transformers games. I guess
Mordor.
Oh, Mordor. I completely forgot about Mordor. But, like, Mordor, Transformers, Batman, the recent Batmans, not like the crap ones.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just really nice to see that licensed IPs are no longer, like, a stigma. That they're actually becoming a thing that people will actually be like, well, not people, because, you know, they always get good sales just because they have a name on it. But, you know, actual gamers and critics are like, hey, this is actually not awful, even though it's based off of a movie or a video game based off a video game, or a comic book or whatever, so.
No, yeah, I am right there with you. It's, you know, licensed games growing up. You know, anytime anybody mentioned a licensed title, it was just everybody would scoff. You know, like whatever. You know, that game's gonna be shit. And now, while we can still kind of say that, it's becoming so much harder to, because there are surprising games coming out now, like Mordor and Alien Isolation, and the games you mentioned. It's something we can't just ignore them anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we can move on, Lou.
Yep.
Well, normally we end on the big joke, and that seemed like it was the big joke, so I was moving on. Anyway. Number 5. We talked about Borderlands, the Handsome Jack collection last week, but during a Borderlands panel at PAX South, developer Gearbox Software revealed that they're ready to begin work on the next installment of the Borderlands series. After teasing an announcement regarding the future of the Borderlands franchise, they were buzzing on whether Gearbox would reveal the next proper Borderlands game during their aptly named Borderlands panel at PAX South. Instead, CEO and president of Gearbox Software, Randy Pitchford, announced that the developer is indeed ready to start work on the next installment of the popular shooter. Pitchford said that said the following during the panel, quote, "We want to think about the future, and we want to think about about what the next Borderlands is, and we're going to need some help. The fact is, we're not working on a new Borderlands game, but we want to. If you are in the industry and you think you could help us, we want you to help us. We want to get started on a new Borderlands game. There's literally nothing to tell, but we're ready to start." And then he posted an ad on Twitter about looking for help.
So, I think the question that we should ask here is, are you ready for Borderlands 3?
I mean, I'm personally ready, but I'm not blaming Borderlands or Gearbox for this, because it was a good game. I spent way too much time on Borderlands 2, and I will not be picking up another Borderlands game for, I won't say ever, but it will be a long time before I feel the drive to actually play another one.
What about you?
I think Gearbox is talented, and I think they could definitely handle Borderlands 3, and they can make it different and make it stand apart. But why not take a couple of years, 2 or 3 years? I guess they'd have to take 2 or 3 years because it's not in development. But I think I could go another 3 years without playing Borderlands or new Borderlands. I could go back and play the old ones, and they feel fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like them to do something when technology and mastery over the PS4 and the Xbox One can allow them to do something better than they were able to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too, is that, you know, I could say, yes, I'm ready for a new Borderlands, I'm ready for Borderlands 3, but, you know, that would be a lie. I would only be saying it because by the time they finally have it out, I will be ready, you know? Like you said, 2 to 3 years. By the time that comes around, Yeah, I will probably be ready. I can almost guarantee it because that'll have been several years since I had played a Borderlands game, and so I will be ready by the time it comes out. If it was coming out this year, I would not be ready for it. I would know. There's just no way. So I'm glad that they're looking into it. It's just I hope that it becomes. I hope that it becomes a really, really, really good game, especially since they're looking for developers to help.
Honestly, I think if they updated the graphics engine, not necessarily the whole graphics engine, but if they changed the look of it some, I would probably be okay with it. Because I feel like if they got a facelift, I wouldn't mind staring at it for another 50 hours.
Yeah,
but
and
also,
we do have Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel both coming to PS4 and Xbox One in a few months, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
right.
Go on, Miles.
No, go ahead. My point is kind of like I'll wait till y'all are done because it's kind of a side note.
I just thought that they were getting stale on ideas. I think Borderlands, the pre-sequel, had ideas. None of them were fantastic. I like bringing Claptrap to the group of playable characters, but besides that, I think they have the time where, it's already an established sequel. They haven't worn out their welcome. Why not take a couple years off and just develop some great gameplay mechanics or something that'll really set it apart from from 1 and 2.
Miles, what were you going to say about the side note?
All right, so side note, have you all been following Battleborn at all? And for those who don't know, it's kind of a MOBA-ish thing. Don't think like League of Legends, though. Think, I guess, a bit more like Smite. It's got MOBA elements, like you level up your character as you play in each match, and you get like directives and goals to complete and all that. So neither of you have been following it?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
I heard about it.
Okay. Well, I guess it's better enough. At PAX South, they had like this hour-long panel for the game, where it's just like a bunch of creative directors, I guess, and creative people working on it or talking on it, and they went over a bunch of stuff, like the different characters, the development process, which is really interesting, and for characters and a bunch of other stuff. And I just thought how awesome it would be to see like some of the Borderlands characters pop up in that game, because personally, I don't think that the lore is in a place where it couldn't be. Like, it seems like those two games could coexist in the same universe. So I would love to see like Maya or Lilith, or I mean, you can't see him anymore, but oh god, what was his name? The soldier from the first game?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember the second game's characters.
Yeah, I only played the second game, so I don't remember the first game. Well, I played the first game, but I didn't finish it. But you can't see him, of course, because he's dead. But spoilers. I just thought it would be awesome just to see them kind of like transplant it into that universe, because it seems like a game that could really fit it, honestly, because they could just take the existing skill trees from Borderlands and amplify them. No, that's not the right word. Just put them into the Battleborn level up system. And now that I'm saying all this, I'm realizing that I will get my wish, but it'll be Claptrap, and I will want to kill somebody.
We missed a really good segue too on this situation, because
just do it. Just do it.
We were talking. Well, no, it was before this story.
Oh,
we were talking about Alien Isolation and Alien Colonial Marines, and Colonial Marines was Gearbox.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We totally had that set up for us, and just missed, like struck out. That was horrible. Anyways,
you can edit it. the wonders of editing. Just say it now and then
put
it back.
There. And as another side note, news just came out. EA just released their financial results earlier today, and apparently Dragon Age Inquisition is their most successful launch in BioWare history.
That's crazy.
It was named to more than 200 Game of the Year lists. And the single-player campaign alone has been enjoyed for more than 113 million hours.
Nice.
Holy shit.
By the way, here's a shameless plug. It was also the Game of the Year for MONG. You should go check out that and all of those videos.
Exactly. I was going to say that too. And it won our Game of the Year, so how about you go check out that awesome video? Yeah. After I performed surgery on my computer just to be working enough for me to be able to make that video. Okay, so let's move.
All right. Moving on, Story 6. A recent update to the listing of the Order 1886 on the PlayStation Store has shed some light on the downloadable the size
blah,
of the
blah.
download of the hotly anticipated upcoming release. The Order 1886's download size comes in at a slim 29.4 gigabytes, which, to give some perspective, is more than 10 gigabytes less than AAA titles Assassin's Creed Unity and Dragon Age Inquisition. While this seems like a relatively small size for Sony's upcoming third-person shooter, the use of in-game cutscenes is being attributed to keeping the overall size down. The Order 1886 releases on February 20th exclusively for PlayStation 4.
Well,
The only reason I claim this story is because I'm actually starting to get a little bit more hyped up for this game again.
dude, it looks so good. It looks so good. I can't wait.
I have to admit, I saw that someone made a GIF in the most recent trailer when he like headshots that dude with the electric gun.
Mm-hmm.
Someone made a GIF of that, and I just watched it over and over, and I was like, "That's the most beautiful death I've ever seen."
Oh man, it's it's good to hear that this game just went gold too, because we hadn't mentioned that, did we?
No, we
I don't think-
It went gold what, 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, something like that, and then it's a little bit around a month before release, and so it's always really exciting to know that we're going to get a game on time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good news there.
No, this one did get delayed.
Yeah, well, that's right. Good point. Good.
Now, do we think this slim size is a good or a bad thing? Or are we just ambivalent to it?
I don't really think it's slim. 29.4, so what? Maybe they're better at compacting the data.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They might just be better at optimizing things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like games like, what was it, Knack, I think had 50 gigabytes or something like that, 40 or 50
Really?
gigabytes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. If I was one of those people who, like I wanted to be, put a terabyte hard drive in my PS4 the day I got it, I'd be a lot more nonchalant about it.
Hey, good news, I fixed my browser.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I cleared the cache. So that worked. Anyways, yeah,
Speaking of clearing caches,
What?
how does that segue?
it does it. That's
Okay.
that's what the joke was.
Okay, so number 7 on the list, CG Projekt Red's co-founder and joint CEO Marcin Iwinski has explained why The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt DLC will be free. In an interview with IGN, he stated that the reason for them releasing all 16 packs for free was to make a statement against the steeply priced DLC packs. When asked why they're releasing it for free, he responded with, "Because people just paid full price for our game. We owe them." Yeah, we're making this as a statement. We, as gamers, would like to be treated this way. Hey, give me free DLC. It doesn't have to be something huge, and I'm saying we aren't giving out huge stuff. We aren't giving tens of hours of storyline here. We're giving small bits and pieces that don't cost a lot, and I think people would feel better about our game, and so they will enjoy the adventure even more. He went on to say that he hoped that these free DLC packs would decrease piracy and the amount of trade-ins. In quotes, he said, and maybe the ones who thought about pirating would not pirate it. Maybe the ones who wanted to trade it back and get something else will keep it on the shelf. That'd be great. I would like this to happen, and if not, that's fine as well. I hope they'll have fun.
It's admirable.
CD Projekt Red, freaking rock stars right now. Freaking rock stars.
Right, but I think they're too good for themselves.
Right?
They're
Robin Hood.
Right, except they're robbing themselves.
They don't care, though. Robin Hood didn't steal for himself.
I know, but it's... I love them. I do. I love what they're doing, and it's totally for the benefit of me as a consumer.
Yeah.
That said, they still get the pirates, and that's what hurts me, is they go out of their way to try and make sure that everyone shouldn't pirate. They do everything right by the books of the gamers.
Yep.
And they've mentioned before how they've had, I think it was like $2 or $3 million worth of lost sales because of piracy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and yet they still don't. What is it? Dia something?
yeah, I know what you're saying.
What's the licensing thing?
I don't DLS? No.
DRM.
DRM, yes. They don't add DRM to their games still, and they do it on purpose. They don't want to.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes me sad. It makes me sad that good developers are getting punished by pirates. And I understand that hopefully their game gets pirated less because of it.
Yeah.
And I do think it's definitely a great way to keep the game on my shelf. Mm-hmm. I know that I will keep going back to the game if they keep pumping out content.
Exactly.
Especially content for free. But I really feel bad for CD Projekt Red, and they have hearts of gold.
Yeah, some people just want to watch the world burn, you know? They don't care that CD Projekt Red is doing all this stuff for them, and they just want to screw them over as many times as they can. And that is sad. I agree. And sorry, go on, Miles.
No, well, I was going to say, not speaking strictly of the pirates, but talking about the DLC thing, that's really respectable, because I admit, like, I don't plan on playing The Witcher, but if I were, I would like CD Projekt Red a lot more, because honestly, like, I admit I've fallen into the hole of buying, like, the extra $10 for a special edition of a game.
Yep.
Like Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yep.
Which had, like, you know, a few extra things. And I was like, oh, that looks awesome. Then I actually get the game. It's like,
it's
this
worthless.
was definitely not worth $10. And that's
Yep.
really annoying. And that actually makes me, like, dislike that company a little bit. At least for, like, am I going to buy the next Dragon Age or the next Mass Effect? Yes, but I'm probably never going to buy another special edition.
It doesn't... yeah. Well, I mean,
BioWare, yeah.
It doesn't make me dislike them, because I can almost guarantee that was EA telling them to do that, not themselves.
Could be.
Make that special edition, because that's a publishing thing.
Well, it kind of sours the experience a little bit.
It does. No, I agree. It was really annoying, because I bought the special edition also, and only to find out that I used that sword and armor for like all of 10 minutes before I changed to something else that was better. Yeah. So I'm right there with you. The Witcher, you know, if this is the kind of DLC that they're releasing for free, then I don't have to buy the special edition. You know, that's awesome.
Right.
Like, if it's going to be like little armor packs or like swords or something, or like what's the other thing for this? Like time missions or something?
Horse armor. No, I don't know.
No. If it's stuff like that, like cosmetics or something, release it for free, because it's really annoying to get like go into the store and see like, oh, you can get this dress for like $2. That's all we want. It's like, that's a lot of money for a dress that's strictly cosmetic. But
yeah.
Like, if it's going to be like a huge DLC pack, yeah, charge money for that. Like, I hope The Witcher gets like a big DLC pack that's like, hey, we actually would like $15 for this, because this is worth it. But you know, if it's just
a
like
classic
a
expansion pack.
Yeah.
As a side note, did you guys hear about Evolve's DLC? What just happened with that like a week or two ago?
Yeah, when people were saying they were skeevy.
Fourth monster, how it's going to be free for anybody who pre-orders it. But if you don't pre-order it, when it does release, it's going to be $15 for the one monster.
Like, really? Just for that monster? Is there nothing else in that pack?
Just for that monster. $15 fucking dollars.
That's ridiculous.
That is a fourth of the price for the entire game to get one monster who doesn't have any stats that are any better than anything else. It's just to be able to play as another monster.
Well, I guess I need to go pre-order it then.
Right? That's what I was like. I was like, damn, I need to pre-order this. Like, you know, it's definitely a marketing scheme, you know, because just like you and I just said, we need to pre-order it now. But at the same time, that is so dirty.
I know, like, I'd seen, like, not reports, but articles where it's like I don't know who he was, but I guess he's one of the higher-ups in, who's making that game again? That's,
Evolve?
Yeah, that's...
I don't know
whatever
who those higher-ups are.
Whoever is making
Turtle
that
Beach.
game. Turtle Beach, thank you.
Oh.
Or, no, Turtle Rock.
No, Turtle Rock, yeah.
Turtle Beach.
Turtle something.
The Turtles. The Turtles, one of the higher-ups was like, yeah, we don't want people to feel like, you know, we're being... Mind my language, I'm trying to quote him because he actually did use this word, or one of these words. He's like, we're trying to make sure people don't think we're pieces of shit. And it's like, that's a kind of shitty thing to do, though.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Oh my god. I'm looking at this monster, and he looks fucking badass.
He turns into a ball.
$15? No. Like, oh god. Thank you, CD Projekt Red. It's like, we go back to that. Like, I just can't. That is so awesome. Now, obviously, like we said, it's not going to be huge stuff, but still.
Yeah.
Right.
So, moving on. Moving
on to the next story. Speaking of fan service, Nintendo is the worst of it. They are closing down Club Nintendo.
No.
Yeah, after many years, Nintendo has announced that Club Nintendo will be closing for good. However, Nintendo is planning a new loyalty program with new rewards. Furthermore, as well as offering more physical and digital rewards, Nintendo promised that Flipnote Studio 3D will be free for all Club Nintendo members. An official notice has been put up on the Nintendo of America, Europe, Australia, and Japan websites. This makes me really sad. I've gotten a lot of nice things from Club Nintendo, and I think it's a great way for them to get product reviews from their own customers.
I think, did you skip the when it's closing? I think you skipped over the end of that.
It's gonna be closing. It's in the story thing. Yeah, March 31st, April 1st, depending on your region.
Okay. Now, I forgot that this was even a story this week because right before we record or started recording this podcast, I actually registered Captain Toad on Club Nintendo. I was like, oh, yay, I'm like 50 coins away until I'm at the platinum status. I can't wait for that, like...
I'm already there.
Well, of course, you've been a Nintendo fool for like 4 years. Or I don't know, I just...
Need to
random year.
cash in my coins before it ends.
I can't believe Amiibo. You can't register. I mean, it doesn't matter now, but you can't register Amiibo on Club Nintendo.
That
That's
is
ridiculous.
stupid.
Seems weird.
I bet that'll be a new thing. The new
Hopefully.
You would think so. You'd think that they would be doing that with the new 3DS and the Wii U and all the new stuff. They'd be adding cooler ways to reclaim or claim stuff. Now, side note about Nintendo and Amiibo, since you brought it up, you know how Best Buy has their Gamer Club Unlocked thing?
Yep.
Where you can get 20% off of all new games?
Yeah.
When I bought the Super Smash Bros. And an Amiibo for my niece for Christmas, I went to the store, and for some reason my Gamers Club Unlocked thing didn't register or whatever, and so we had to manually apply it to my account. And the guy who was working there, he was like, "Does Amiibo count as a new game?" And I was like, "I don't know. I have no idea. It's it's a toy. Is it a game? I don't know." So I didn't get the discount. And then I went to order one online the other day just to see if it did apply, and it does. So I can get Amiibo for $9 or something instead of $13 or something like that. I was like, yes, I can get it cheaper.
Did you go back and get your money back?
No, it's like $4 or $3. I don't care.
Man, that's like a Happy Meal.
That is 4 McChickens.
That is 4 McChickens.
I'm
Or
sorry.
3.
4 plus tax.
If I had you guys here with me, I probably would have gone back.
We could have all had a McChicken.
Yeah, exactly. We could have shared. We had lunch.
You said it was at Best Buy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just do it next time you go in for something.
Yeah, I might. We'll see. Be like, yo, bitch, give me this.
Be efficient about your getting money back.
Yes, so let's move on to the review wrap-up.
Woo! This week we only have one review, and it is a good review. It's Resident Evil HD. It was reviewed by Jesse Webster, and he gave it... What do you think he gave it, guys?
Oh, I know what he gave it. I edited it, and I also played the game.
I don't know. I think he gave it a 2.
It was a 10 out of 10.
Perfect score!
One of our very few perfect scores on Middle of Nowhere Gaming.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
In fact, it's the second, right?
I want to say
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us and The Last of Us Remastered both got 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think Brendan gave Fable 2 or something like that a 10 out of 10.
We might have given Left Behind also.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right. Anyway, going on to the review.
Yep.
Resident Evil HD continues to be the pinnacle of survival horror game. From its horrifying opening cutscene to its last, the fear never lets up. Once you think the fear subsided, a new, more terrifying monster will come from nowhere, adding more reasons to be afraid. Resident Evil HD is a must-play regardless of if you have ever played the series before or not. Its modern controls, widescreen option, and added content makes it a survival horror masterpiece that everyone can and should play. Resident Evil HD is a masterpiece of unnerving terror.
Okay, so I played the game last week. I beat it. I pulled an all-nighter on Friday night to finish up the latter half of it. And I couldn't agree more with Jesse. I played the game in '96 when it came out on PlayStation 1, and I was too little, to understand it, but I knew that it was scary and that it was cool. I played it a little bit more 2 or 3 years later with my buddies when I was old enough to actually play games and understand more. But I never played the remake on GameCube. And so this was the first time I had played it since the 90s. And playing it again in HD and the remake version of it brought back, like, it was the most nostalgic experience I've ever had in gaming. You know, it's something like if they brought an HD Crash Bandicoot, if they remastered all of that or something, it would be that kind of feeling. Playing through this entire game was so nostalgic, and the new content, the screen and all that stuff, it was the widescreen or whatever, it was so perfect. I highly recommend playing this game if you're a Resident Evil fan. And if you're a trophy hunting fan, stay far away from it. It's got trophies for, like, beat it with this character, beat it with that character, beat it with this character and save every character, beat it with this character and only save one, beat it with this character and don't save anybody, beat it with a different character, save everybody. Like, all kinds of different fucking trophies for playthroughs. And oh man, it's like...
Do you, like, save point cheese that stuff?
Yes, you could probably.
Okay.
You'd have to set different saves. You can only work with 10 saves total. And so you could do it with a few different spots where, you know, you could either save or let somebody die and then just finish it from there. However, that will disqualify the trophy for beating it without saving. So
oh my god.
Also one for beating it without saving. There's one for beating it with invisible monsters turned on.
How long is the game?
Oh my god.
You could beat it within 3 hours.
Okay.
If you race through and avoid all zombies, because there's a trophy for beating it in 3 hours.
That's a nightmare. If I cared about trophies, this would be a nightmare. Good thing I don't plan on buying this game.
It's one of those things for, like, total, like, hardcore Resident Evil faithful fans that want to just play the shit out of this game. Like, this is the way that they can to get all these trophies. Oh, balls. Okay. So, Lou has to go, right?
Yeah, I have to get going. I have to get this paper in on time.
Okay. Have fun and good luck with that.
All right. Have fun with the listener question.
Yes, and we will talk to you later.
All right.
Later,
bye,
man.
everyone. Bye, listeners.
Mong.
Mong.
So, the listener question. We got a question from Tunde. Tunde's back with the questions. Which,
Love you again, Tunde.
by the way, you can send questions to contact.mong@gmail.com. That is how to get in touch with us. And the question reads, so today I just found out that WB Games claimed that Dying Light had no review embargo, but did not give out digital codes to outlets until early Monday morning. I'm fine with review embargoes, but these type of practices seem gross to me, especially since WB Games have given out alpha and beta codes of the game to streamers and YouTubers to show off the game months before the release as part of a sponsored promotion. So my question is, what are your thoughts on publishers giving out review copies 1 to 2 days or sometimes the day of release? Do you think that it just makes things worse when it comes to people reviewing the game, since now they need to speed run through it to get exposure instead of taking their time and playing the game like the average consumer would?
That's a good question, Tunde.
Yeah, it's a really good question. And it was a question that Lou was really excited about, and we didn't get to it in time, and he had to leave. So that sucks.
I'm sorry, Lou.
Yep. Okay, so what do you think?
I would take this, like, bit by bit.
That's what I'm thinking.
The first part, which I believe is blah, they didn't give out the codes to the outlets until early Monday morning, and but they said there was no review embargo.
What are your thoughts on publishers giving it out 1 to 2 days, sometimes the day of release? That's the question.
In fact, apparently WB gave out alpha beta codes. Just that part, it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of dirty, because it's like, if you're planning on giving out review codes, and yet you claim that there's no review embargo, that's like, you're kind of lying, just saying. Because it's like, you may not say that you can't, review it, but it's like, it's hard to explain how that doesn't work.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page as you when you're talking about the practice of doing this is dirty, and not a good practice. Publishers should not send out the game a day or two before or the day of, unless there is good reason for. Like if there's some problem in manufacturing the discs, if there's some problem in transit, something like that, or codes even, if they had to work on something or they didn't get the codes in time, things like that, because they have to send these games to Sony and Microsoft in advance. And then Sony and Microsoft send the codes back to the publishers, and that's when they can send out their codes for review. And so in this specific case with WB and Dying Light, we're not, we don't know. What if they didn't get their codes until Sunday night and they sent them out Monday morning as soon as they got them? That could be the case, which I tend to be on the side of it. It is the case because of their distribution problems they've had the past month. There's been constant news stories coming out about how WB and Techland are having trouble with the foreign physical copies. So like physical copies in all of Europe delayed by
I heard about
weeks to even a month in some cases. Depends on where they are. And so since they're having distribution problems there, what if this is along the same lines? What if that's the reason why we weren't able to get our codes in time? Like that could absolutely be the problem. Which in that case, it's not WB's fault. We can't blame them because they're not holding it back just so we can wait. They didn't. From what I'm hearing initially right now is everybody's enjoying Dying Light a whole lot. So it's not like the game was supposed to be really bad and they wanted to wait.
Yeah, it definitely looks like fun. Like I was watching Greg Miller play it, and I'm like, I don't like zombies, but I might pick this up because it looks kind of entertaining. But I don't know. If it's the issues that's stopping it, then I guess that's a reason enough. But if not, then it's just kind of like you're being dirty. Just saying.
If they're pulling a Ubisoft and doing like what they did with Assassin's Creed Unity, then yeah, absolutely, that is really dirty, and I'm not about that practice at all. I don't believe in it. It's a horrible way to do it. But if this was some sort of a manufacturing or a network problem or a Sony and Microsoft problem, then we can't really blame them for it.
Yeah. And as for the last part of Tunde's question, as in like, do you think this just makes things worse when people are reviewing the games because they have to speed through it instead of getting themselves exposed to it like an average consumer would? I don't. I kind of feel like it does simply because it's like they have to speed through it because now their deadline is, instead of being like a week away, now it's like a day away. So it's like it doesn't really. I guess it kind of hurts the consumer because they don't have the proper like vision of the game in the review. But at the same time, it's like the company is kind of shooting themselves in the foot at that point because like you can't blame the reviewer if they had to speed run and didn't see all of your game, and you're like, well, it came out to bad reviews because no one saw the whole game as it was truly meant to be seen. It's like, well, don't send out the review codes a day or two early.
Yeah.
Then you should expect that. That's common sense.
I can answer this question from experience, actually. I received a review copy for Bound by Flame. What was it? Let's see, 3, 4, 5 days in advance. And that is an RPG. And RPGs typically take a while to play. In this specific case, it was towards the end of a semester when I got it. The week before finals week even, and I got that review, and it was the review embargo was like I think a Friday. I'm pretty sure it was either Thursday or Friday. No, it was Friday morning when the review embargo was, and somebody broke the embargo Thursday night, and I was finishing up my video review for it Thursday night, and I had to pull an all-nighter on both Tuesday and Wednesday night to play through it to try to finish it, and skipped class those 2 days also just to finish it. And, when that review embargo broke and I had to hurry up and get it posted and everything, like that was the most stressful weekend like of my gaming review like career. And so I totally don't. I do believe that when you have to rush through a game, it affects your thoughts on it. Now, in this specific case, I really did enjoy Bound by Flame. So it wasn't that big of a problem for me, other than the fact that obviously, like I said, I had to skip class and had to pull all-nighters and stuff like that. But I could definitely see how some people would negatively review certain games if they weren't able to take the time they needed to play through the game. So that's not cool. Not cool at all.
Nope.
But let's move into our video game releases this week before we wrap it up.
This PC list is beautiful.
Oh, it is. I'll go ahead and take up all of them until then.
Oh, no. I still want my normal ones.
Oh, okay. Well,
I enjoy this.
Okay. Anyways, on PlayStation 4, we've got Dying Light, which I will be playing within the hour. Grim Fandango Remastered, which you can expect a review from us sometime later this week. Life is Strange, Episode 1, which you can expect a review from us hopefully this weekend. Teslagrad, which is cross-buy, and I might add that Grim Fandango Remastered is also cross-buy with Vita. On PlayStation 3, we've got Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, Lady Hammerlock Pack, which is a DLC pack with Sir Hammerlock's wife, I think?
I think she's his sister.
Sister, okay.
And she looks really cool.
Yeah, she does. And then Life is Strange Episode 1 also comes to PlayStation 3, and then Teslagrad. Oh, I guess Teslagrad is cross-buy with PS3 and PS4. Grim Fandango's Vita and PS4.
What is Teslagrad?
I have no idea. Okay. I've heard its name spoken on a podcast before. Oh, I've actually seen that picture too. It's a Nintendo game.
Teslagrad.
2D puzzle platformer with action elements. It's PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and Wii U. Looks kind of cool.
It's gotten good reviews too.
On Vita, we've got Grim Fandango Remastered, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 Sisters Generation.
Those wonderful names.
Yep. And then Nihilumbra? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Nihilumbra.
But that game is coming out also on Vita. All right.
So, am I taking... Yeah, I got Xbox,
You said you wanted the normal ones. Come on.
I forgot what the normal ones were because Lou's been here. So, for Xbox One, you guys are looking at Dying Light, and that's all you're getting, so hope you like it. Xbox 360, you're looking at Borderlands, the pre-sequel, Lady Hammerlock Pack, as well as Life is Strange, Episode 1. Wii U, you get Bleck, which I know it sounds like I'm saying that you get nothing, but you actually get a game called Bleck.
Bleck.
B-L-E-K, so I'm kind of interested in what that is now. 3DS, you're looking at, well, no games, so sorry guys. Wait for Pokemon. For PC, you guys, as per usual, are getting the most games, because Steam.
Because Steam.
Because Steam. Dying Light, Grim Fandango Remastered, 858 Hack, well, 858-Hack? I don't know, whatever.
I don't know.
However you're supposed to pronounce it. The Borderlands pre-sequel, Lady Hammerlock Pack. Have you seen anything about her?
No. Other than her picture.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what her activated ability thing is, even though I don't care for that game anymore. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1.
Which is not the same game that was on Vita.
It's not. There. Vita gets Rebirth 2, Sisters Generation. To be or not to be, that is the question.
I see what you did.
The Lady, Tupla? Yeah, Tupla. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 HD Edition. Down to 1. Supreme League of Patriots. So that's interesting. That almost sounds like it's going to be a ripoff, like Project Steam.
Yeah.
Nightmares from the Deep, Davy Jones. Forward to the Sky. Monstrum. Drive to Hell. Life is Strange, Episode 1. Survivalist. Those three kind of like went well together.
Yeah.
This life is strange because I'm driving to hell, but I'm going to survive. Eden, 10 years after.
And then go to Eden okay. 10 years after. No.
Stardust Vanguards. Eden. So is that supposed to be Eden Star or Eden
I have no idea why the
asterisk
is in that, but it's there.
Okay, it's Eden asterisk, but I guess Eden Star plus. Oh, Eden Star plus sign Mosaic. So that's one of those Japanese titles. Transformus and Battlecry. Wait, Battlecry's coming out?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Holy crap! I didn't know that was out already, or set to come out already.
All these lists.
This is what I'm thinking about.
Every week when we post this list, this is they come from Metacritic, the PlayStation blog, The Drop, and then Nintendo's website for new releases, and then anywhere I can find the Xbox releases. So it comes from all the different sites, and I put them all on there, and So, well, if it's wrong, then one of those sites were wrong.
Huh. I'm just surprised because we have not really seen very much about this game.
Yeah. So, anyways, that wraps up episode 67, which marks the second consecutive episode we've started the podcast with Lou and ended it without Lou.
This is 68, by the way.
See, what did I say? 67?
Yeah.
Damn it! I said that at the beginning before we recorded that. Okay, so that's 68. And we record it on Tuesdays, and we release it on Tuesday evenings. Hopefully this one will be up within the next hour and a half or so, because we got it done a little bit early, so I can hopefully get it done before I have to eat dinner and stuff. Yeah.
I can go eat.
You can email us by... send us an email. Send it to contact.mong@gmail.com. You can find Mong on Twitter by searching for @mong.com, all spelled out. You can find us on YouTube by just looking for youtube.com/Mong Network, and on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram by searching for Middle of Nowhere Gaming. Check out the giveaway. Go to our Facebook page, go to the giveaway tab, or go to our website, middleofnowheregaming.com, and go to the giveaway story, and there will be 2 links in there that you can find the giveaway. You can enter by up to 10 different ways, and I think it's 40-something entries, and you can do daily entries for the next 2 weeks, which can get you up to 60-something entries to get you a better chance of winning whatever game you want on any console, as long as it's under $60.
Take our money.
Yeah, take it all. And you can find us all on Twitter. You can find me at Osborne_2009. You can find Miles at...
I am Furious Milk.
And you can find Lou at...
Lou Conchowdy.
Mong!
Keep it milky, folks.